Creating more and better jobs is how you build a strong economy. Others do not define you, you define yourself through your words and actions. I think, for every phase of your life, you take something out of it. You learn from it, you grow from it. You just have to try to take what you can from it and then move on to the next phase of your life to be better. Increasing minimum wage doesn't build a stronger economy. I moved out when I was 17 to get away from a pretty tough and difficult family environment. Any real Colts fan cannot abide the Denver Broncos and John Elway. I left home when I was just 17, finished up high school, and went to work. I've had to be tough my whole life. Let me be clear, since I am pro-life, I do not support the mission of Planned Parenthood. I know exactly what it is like to fight against the odds and to overcome adversity. I'm not going to be lectured by Nathan Deal, who is a former Clinton Democrat. I will stack up my conservative credentials against his any day of the week. As a Christian, I view relationships and marriage as being between a man and a woman. I try not to look back on my life and be regretful. I don't think it is just in the world of politics. The lack of civility in society as a whole, some of it, I believe, is very much fueled by social media, and frankly, it's fueled by the fact that journalism is not journalism anymore. I'm a girl, that means I fight like a girl, and there ain't nothing meaner. It's tabloid. It's 24/7 news. People get in the middle of a news cycle for 24 hours off of things that previously would never have gotten the kind of coverage that is happening. I do not support a livable wage. Bullies always have another target. I think it's clear that Planned Parenthood has worked to mislead the public about who they are. They do not provide mammograms. They are the middleman, or middlewoman, if you will. It's clear that Planned Parenthood went out of its way to paint me as some sort of a zealot, a Trojan horse zealot who came into Komen and within 10 to 11 months had completely turned the place upside down. That's clearly not who I am, and it's not what happened. I'm proud of the fact that I was able to overcome long odds. Clearly, there have been changes in the climate. These immigrants have come to our country and blatantly disregarded our laws. We cannot, we should not, reward that. No amnesty, no ability to vote. Get those borders secure, and then deal with that situation. People want to know that I'm a person of conviction. Sometimes you should just put down the computer, the phone, and walk away. It's been clear for some time that FBI Director Komen has lost the confidence of Republicans, Democrats, and broader institutions, and his removal as FBI Director was probably overdue. I want women to have more access to quality care. And the access to health care for women is not through Planned Parenthood. It is through community health centers across the state. I will ensure the conservative legacy and leadership of Tom Price, Johnny Isakson, and Newt Gingrich will continue. I think that for a child to be in a household with a situation where the parents are not married, as in being one man and one woman, is not the best household for a child. I don't want to see any taxpayer funding going towards a couple that is not married. I have a really hard time abiding by falsehoods being left in place. In life, sometimes you just lose. I've made it abundantly clear that I think that marriage is between a man and a woman. No secret that for some years, long before my time, Komen was dealing with a controversy regarding Planned Parenthood grants. What I support is moving Medicaid to block grants so that the states can drive that process. I have much greater faith in the governor and the state legislature to craft a Medicaid system that is going to be the best fit for the people of Georgia, rather than someone in Washington dictating it. A small part of my job at Komen included advocating that mammogram screenings be covered under plans available on the exchanges just as they are covered in other plans in Georgia. I think we can all agree that women deserve access to life-saving, early detection procedures. Obamacare was passed months before my first day at Komen. My time at Komen has been well publicized and scrutinized, especially my departure over the funding of Planned Parenthood. The status quo, Obamacare, is not acceptable. It's no secret that I'm called to a different place, maybe, for some of the beliefs in the LGBTQ community because of my faith. With that said, I'm also called to be accepting and compassionate. We need to lift up the nation so we can find a more civil way to deal with our disagreements because, in these United States of America, no one should ever feel their life threatened over their political beliefs and positions. My pledge is to be part of the solution, to focus on governing, to put my experience to work to help solve the very serious issues we're facing in this country. I worked my way up in the private sector and implemented Georgia's tough voter ID law. Hard work and making the most of life, that's what makes Georgians great. Last time I checked, private nonprofit organizations have a right and a responsibility to be able to set the highest standards and criteria on their own without interference, let alone the level of vicious attacks and coercion that has occurred by Planned Parenthood. For Komen, for myself, the mission was always foremost in everyone's mind. The mission and the women that we serve. The only group that made this issue political has been Planned Parenthood. My responsibility is to follow the law. Planned Parenthood is not the front door of women's health. Not here in the 6th District, not in the state of Georgia, and not around the country. Some people call me scrappy, and that's because I am.